Hi, good evening everybody. In this video we're going to take a look at just how close are the Sabres potentially to making the playoffs for real, coming up. Alright guys, we'll jump into this video. Now I threw up some numbers at you in this board that will make a little sense by the end of the video. So we're going to go through it really quick. I'll explain why I did it and why it makes sense and why I think the Sabres are closer than most people think. So let's get into it. Now, I've broken down the board, okay, on where the teams finished in each division, and I almost erased this, guys. Remember that last video I did with all the divisions and predictions? I almost erased it, and I caught myself. I said, oh my goodness, I'll have to write all this out again, right? I just had to rewrite the teams. But anyway, it saves me trouble. All right, last year, the Panthers first, Leafs, Lightning, Bruins, and so on. All the teams in the exact order they finished. But let's look at one statistic here I think that's important, which is goal scoring, you know? So, the Panthers had 13 guys, okay? 13 on the team with 10 or more goals, 13. They were tops in the league in that department. They had four guys with 30 or more and 2 guys with 20 or more. Then came the Leafs with 3 guys with 12. They had 10 unique goal scorers. So these 2 and 3 are added into that 12, okay? It's not 12 10s and then, you know what I mean? This is 12 players on the roster that got 10 goals or more. Of those 12, 3 of them got 30 or more, 2 got 20. On the Lightning, there was 10. That means only one 30-goal scorer on the Lightning last year, guys. That surprised me. It really did. That went right over my head somehow. And 4 guys with 20 or more. The Bruins had 9 unique 10-goal scorers or more. They had 2 with 30 or more and 2 with 20 or more. Then come the Sabres. The Sabres had 9 unique guys with 10, 2 guys with 30 or more, and 2 with 20 or more. The Wings had 10 unique guys that got 10 or more, and they had 2 guys with 30 or more, 1 guy had 20 or more. Then the Senators come in next. They had 8 and then, unique 10s, and then they had 2 30s and 1 20 also. Well, one in same thing, but Detroit had 2 other players that at least got 10. And then come in the Habs, which it's obvious they had 0 with 30 goals last year, and 2 unique goal scorers of 20, which I'm guessing has to be Suzuki and Caulfield because they got nothing else on the team. Okay, now the Hurricanes come next in their division, the Metropolitan. All right, so they had 11. I'm just going to read out the numbers: 11 and 2 30s and 3 guys with the 20s, and then 8 uniques. And then they had Rangers are next. And this is weird. You're going to look at the Rangers and say, well, how the hell were the Rangers so good? And I have a theory of that right off the bat. They had 8 unique guys with 10. Only 1 had 30 or more. It was a 50-goal scorer, which was Kreider, which helps, of course, and 3 guys that had 20 or more after that. So you look at that and you're like, well, how the hell did the Rangers have such a good year? Guys, I'll just tell you right off the bat, their physical play. Right off the bat. It's not even a question in my head. They were so good physically, this team. Okay, the Penguins, 12. The Penguins are still around. 2 and 2. They had 2 30s, 2 20s. The Capitals, they had 10. 1 guy, Alex Ovechkin, had 30 or more. 2 had 20 or more. This is why, guys, I'm picking the Caps to miss the playoffs this year because age is catching up to Washington, I believe. I do. I know they've stayed in contention for a long time. I just believe time's catching up. Islanders next. 11, very bad year for them. 1 and 1 only. But 11 guys chipped in with 10 or more, but only 1 of them got into the 30s and only 1 got into the 20s. And here we go. The Jackets had 12, but no 30-goal scorers, but 4 guys with 20 or more. Devils, 11. Same thing like the Jackets, 0 and 4. 4 20-goal guys, no 30. I expect the Devils this year to have a few 30-goal scores. And the Flyers dead last with 8, and they had no 30-goal scores and only 2 20-goal scores. I believe they were the worst in the league, right? Yeah. Jeez, what a mess in Philly right now. Okay, so let's go over to the West. The Avalanche had 11. Let's look at the powerhouses, right, and really figure them out. The Avalanche had 11 unique 10-goal scores or more. 3 of them got 30 goals and up. 4 got 20 and up, so 7. Then the Wild who I think are going to nosedive a bit this year because of contract issues, not because they don't know what they're doing. They have 10 guys. 3 of them had 30 or more, and 3 of them had 20 or more, and we've seen the kind of year they had. Then come the Blues. This surprised me, guys. They had 10. Get this. 2 of them had 30 or more. 7 guys had 20 or more after that. They had 9 guys that scored 20 or more on that team last year. That was quite a story. I didn't realize that till I checked it either. The Stars had just 7 unique scores. They had 2 in the 30s and 2 in the 20s. The Preds had 10 unique scores of 10 or more. They had 2 in the 30s, 3 in the 20s. The Jets only had 1 guy. They had 9. They only had 1 hit the 30s. The Jets are going to start to make moves, I'll tell you right now. And they had 3 in the 20s. Then come the poor old Chicago Blackhawks, who have done everything to destroy a proud era. They only had 6. They only had 1 in the 30 or more. The Brinket, he's gone. And 3 in the 20 or more, and they traded Dylan Strum also, which was a dumb move. Strum was a late bloomer. He's getting better, this guy. You watch. I wouldn't be surprised if Dylan Strum this year gets 25 to 30 goals. I won't be surprised at all. So let me get on this side. Yeah, the Hawks traded 2 of their 4 goal scorers. What a mess in Chicago. Everything's on the back of Patrick Kane, I think. There's nothing left. Anyway, Coyotes, 6. We all know they were tanking, trying to get draft picks. They had no 30-goal scores, but they had 3 20-goal scores themselves. Okay, next, final division. The Flames had 10. 4 were in the 30s, 0 in the 20s. That was, I believe, the downfall of the Flames in the playoffs, guys. There was no secondary scoring. If their top guns weren't doing it, they were done. Simple as that. That isn't the same for every team. Teams find heroes in the playoffs. They didn't have any. The Oilers had 10. They only had 2 that hit 30 or more, which, of course, Draisaitl, McDavid. But they had 3 in the 20s. Then the Kings had 9. They had 1 in the 30s, 2 in the 20s. The Knights had 11. And this is why I expect the Knights guys to rebound this year. To a degree. It's their last hurrah. They're not doing nothing next year. This will be their last year. I think they'll probably lose the first round anyway. Knights have 11. They got 1 guy in the 30s. Probably will be 2 this year, maybe 3. Maybe, if they stay healthy. And they got 2 in the 20s. Then the Canucks, okay? This is the one. The Canucks had 9, but 3 were in the 30s, and they missed the playoffs. They missed the playoffs. 1 in the 20s. And the Canucks, by late in the year, they were rolling. They were playing good. They just, I tell you what, Benning was, he caused such a mess over there. That's another video. Anyway, 6, the Sharks. They had 9 unique 10-goal scores. 2 were in the 30s, 1 in the 20s. The Ducks next with 8. And they had 1 in the 30s, 1 in the 20s. And then the Kraken had 7 unique 10-goal scores. And if I didn't say the Ducks, they had 8. It was 1 and 1. And the Kraken 7, which is they had no 30-goal scores and 3 20-goal scores. Now, here's my thing, the whole point of this video, guys, and I'm sweating, so I'm going to talk to you while I'm drinking. I'm going to point something out here. Okay, let's get on this part. Now, teams that had 5, let's say 5 out of 6, okay, that had 3, and I'm talking 3 30-goal scores, okay, were here. You got the Panthers, you got the Leafs with 3 30-goal scores. Nobody in the Metropolitan. You got 2 here with the Avs and the Wild. And then you got the Flames. And you got the Canucks. That's only 6 teams in the league last year, guys, had 3 30-goal scores or more. 5 of them, okay, and I mean 5 of them were in the top 2 in their divisions, except the Canucks. And maybe this will give you an inkling why I picked the Canucks to finish second this year. And yeah, I know they're probably going to get rid of JT Miller, but that doesn't matter. They can still carry on. They still have other guys. So I got the Canucks there. They were one of the biggest disappointments for their fans last year. They really were. Now you know why. Okay, so 5 out of 6 that had 330 goal scores made the playoffs. 5 out of 6 got in, and got in healthy. Top 2. You know, there they are. 2, 2, and 1 here with the Flames. But check this. 5 combined. When you got at least 5 combined of 30s and 20s, okay? Let's look at that. So here there's 6. Then the Leafs, there's 5. The Lightning, we'll do it now, more asterisks here. Lightning is 5. Then the Bruins and the Sabres are 4 and 4, so they don't qualify. So then you got the Hurricanes. Just the only team over there that did it. Then here you got the Avs, the Wild, the Stars. No, my mistake. Not the Stars. The Preds. Yep. And we can take this asterisk now off the Flames because only the Oilers qualify here, right? Am I missing somebody? That's it. 6, 7, 8, 9. There it is. All right, so you got 1, 2, 3 teams here. Okay. You got 1 here, so 4 in the East. Then you got 4 alone in the Central Division. The Avs, the Wild, the Blues, and the Predators. And then you got the Oilers and the Canucks. Oh no, the Canucks have to come off. Take off that asterisk, not to confuse me for this round. All right, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there, folks, is your magic number. Of the 16 teams that got into the playoffs, they had combined 5 guys on the team that had 30 goals or 20 goals. It doesn't matter if it's 1 and 4. You know, like if you look at the Blues, they only had 2 30-goal scorers. He had 7 guys here. Okay, here, the Preds are a good example. No, the Lightning are. The Lightning only had 1 30-goal scorer of all these teams that I'm showing you, but they had 4 guys with 20 or more. Depth scoring, guys. And that's the question I'm going to do in another video, so you'll know. This is kind of like part 1 to that video that I'm doing. Because if the Sabres can combine this year, for no joke, I'm going to just throw this out there. Let's say 3 30-goal scores and 3 20-goal scores, 6 guys. That's a lot, right? If we can pull that out somehow, I guarantee the Sabres are going to be looking at this all year long. That part of the division. And that's what it comes down to in this day and age of this NHL era, guys. Can they expose other teams offensively, right? Everybody talks about, oh my goodness, we got to do the transition game. And I get that, but there's also other sides to hockey, you guys know I love. But if we can expose other teams, and we have 3 guys, okay, 3 30-goal scores. That's not asking too much, and we had 2 last year, okay? And we have a guy named Jack Quinn coming up this year that is possibly, I'll tell you what, he gets 30 goals, he's Rookie of the Year, that's for sure. You know, there is other guys on the team. Dylan Cousins. Can Okposo do another 20-goal season? That I'm not banking on. But we know that we got Olofsson. He can get 20. He could get 30, depending on how the season goes and how his game goes. So let's say we throw in Olofsson. We got Olofsson, we got Tage, and we got Skinner. You know, and then after that we have 2 guys I can name right away. I guess Quinn would have to be one of them. We're gonna have to look at it. We're really gonna have to look at this, and Cousins for sure could do it. Maybe Middlestat. We get 3 and 3 guys. We're not only in the playoffs, we're in the upper echelon of our division. Guaranteed. All right, guys, that's it. I'll see you in the next one.